we've had a bunch of people ask us, how do you get turkey stones from a turkey? And it's actually super easy. The hard part, if you've been watching our videos, has been getting the bird. But since we finally got a bird a couple days ago, we have the gizzard, and we're gonna show you how to get it done. So this here's the gizzard. You'll find it when you're cleaning the bird. It's got that silver skin. It's actually surrounded by muscle that you can eat, but you gotta clean it a little differently to actually get good meat off of it to consume. And then you can see that's where the food goes into. So all you really gotta do is cut it in half. And you'll feel your knife start to hit the stones inside. Once you start to feel that, just start twisting. Once you got all the way around the gizzard, you can pretty much just open it up. And that is the food being mechanically broken down by the gizzard muscle itself using the stones inside. To empty those out, you'll have to scrape it some. If you plan on eating the gizzard, set it off to the side. If not, you can throw it away. There's not a lot of meat on there. Don't feel too bad wasting that. Once you have all your stones out, you can see that there's just a bunch of broken down materials in here. It looks like this bird was eating some grains and some grasses. Whatever food that it eats is so hard to just pick through each one individually, but there's a really neat trick, and you need 2 wire strainers. First, load everything up into one. Once you got everything in one of your strainers, you gotta go to your sink. Now when you wash these, you're not gonna lose a whole lot of the food through the strainer, but more or less it's going to stick to the strainer itself, which is why you need 2 of them. Kind of push it around, lose as much as you can. Once you got everything soaked pretty good, take your second strainer, get it away from the water, kind of pile everything over. Now you see, we have the stones in here, but we also have some debris, but a lot of the debris is actually stuck onto this one. So you go through, you pick through some of the stones that you want to keep, put them in the strainer that's transferred. And then what you got to do at the end of that is wash this one off. Set it off to the side and do the same thing with this one. And then just keep going back and forth until you have completely clean stones. It'll take probably about 4, maybe 5 times to get all your stones nice and clean. All right, as you can see, after about 4 or 5 times, we have pretty much just all turkey stones. We got a couple pieces of grass in there still, but since these have to dry, that's really not that big of a deal. And here's the best way to dry them. Get yourself a glass and set your strainer right on top of it and prop it if you need to. Up on a counter if you have pets or if you have kids. If you don't have either, you can actually place this right in front of the vent and it'll get done a lot faster. But since we have a dog, she'll get into this immediately and then we'll be chasing stones throughout the whole house. So keep it elevated, and then after a day or 2 of it drying, you can get a vial. You can get your stones in a vial like this. Now this is actually pheasant stones from a hunting trip in PA a couple of years ago, but these vials are $12 for a 10-pack on Amazon. We will link that in the description below. And you can wind up with some pretty cool little trophy vials at the end of the day. So the cool thing about doing these turkey stones is that the beards, the fans, unless you go to different species of turkeys, they all kind of look the same, but the stones are always very different from where you decide to hunt. You know, like I said earlier, these are from PA, they're a little more tan, they're a little bit more brown. These are from Southern Ohio, they're kind of gray wash, but they still have their own story. So at the end of the day, having your own unique trophy for every place that you hunt, it's pretty cool. Just another way to give the game that you acquire from the field the respect that it deserves.